You just dropped news on the Unphazed podcast?
4 returns for a total of like 415. I didn't know I got an invite to the combine until the day of the combine.
How the hell does that work?
So we ended up watching the rest of the draft, and then all 32 teams called.
Meatball end up here in the IFL. Like, how does that happen?
Injuries are part of the game.
That's a big part of the game.
Injuries are part of the game, man. I failed. I failed. So much people are asking, like, that's really you? Yeah, that's me. That's crazy. What are you doing here? Don't you got a game next week?
Yeah.
I got cut. I just buried my pawpaw. We dug the hole ourselves. With the amount of money I make today, I can still go to the club and party like Moneybag Yo. I can still go to Essence Festival and get on the stage with Kevin Gates. God, bro.
Yeah.
I got kicked out when I was 15, and I was house to house. We got Mr. Excitement in the building, and I was like, crowd pleaser. Titty squeezer.
Titty squeezer.
Yeah, that's where it came from. Like, I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. That's why I don't think nobody in the world is molded like this right here.
I'm unfazed, yeah, I'm unfazed. I'm unfazed, yeah, I'm unfazed. I'm unfazed, yeah, finna stack this paper, I'm unfazed.
Well, with that being said, we got the realest, the truest, Mr. Meatball himself. Listen, I will say this, I think we got the number one back, the best one back I ever played with in my life, but the number one back in the IFL.
Honestly.
On this podcast right now, to me, hey.
Yeah,
I think hands down.
I think
I appreciate
not
it.
even like football, because we could talk football all day, but since I met you, you know what I mean, you've been a stand-up dude, you know what I mean? Even I remember when you came in, the first time you was like, hey, I'm just trying to kick it, you know what I mean? Y'all hit me up, you know what I mean? We be on the grill, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You teach me on the grill, all that, bro. So
you locked in, though.
yeah, so
You
outside of
locked in
all
with the
that, bro, you know what I'm saying? You a cool dude, and
Appreciate
you're a
it,
dog
appreciate
on the football field, bro.
Appreciate it.
For sure.
That's that extra sauce God gave me, you know?
Yeah, come on, man. We're going to get right into it, bro. We ain't even going to waste your time.
Let's do it.
More than we already have.
Come on,
And
man.
LJ has,
Let's
man.
kick it like Luke Kane.
But so you was at Grambling.
Yeah.
You was at Grambling. How was that experience?
Graham was one of the best decisions I ever made in my life.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't get my senior year in high school because I was 18 years old.
Yeah.
You can't be 18 and play high school sports in Louisiana. So that year I just kicked it. I was on the scout team for basketball. I was on the scout team for football, but I didn't compete.
Yeah.
But I stayed in shape. I stayed around the guys. But when basketball season rolled around, we would free play for 7 period, but I would go home early because I only got a couple of classes to graduate.
Yeah.
Long story short, my coach called me and was like, hey, we got some college coaches up here. Come get you a look. You know, get some eyes on you. Came up there. I had a good day. They asked me to come to a tryout. Went to Marshall, Texas, tried out. And I got a walk-on scholarship to play basketball.
Wow.
Yeah.
Basketball.
Yeah.
So that was the first love?
Yeah. My basketball was my first love. I loved that to death. But I spent some time down there in Wiley. My coach ended up taking a head coaching job at Mississippi Valley, which was in the SWAC.
Okay.
And everybody kept telling me, like, man, you don't belong here. Man, basketball ain't gonna pay the bills. You'll never make it to the NBA. And it was true. Like, I'm 5'7".
Mm-hmm.
They switch.
Webb.
They switch.
Yeah.
But in today's world, I'm guarding 6'3", 6'4" Steph Curry, and they switch.
Yeah, exactly.
I got a mismatch on somebody else, and we torture. But it wasn't gonna pay the bills. So I ended up walking on the Grambling and then playing cornerback for a year.
Mm-hmm.
And then I played corner, the worst corner in the world. That's what
you bounced around from was receiver? You play slot at all, cornerback?
No, in college I played all corner my freshman year.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't play anything else but corner. I played special teams too. That's how I was traveling my freshman year. That's how I got on the bus. I was flying down on kickoff. I was returning kicks whenever they let me. I was on punt return. I was the gunner. So stuff like that. But
anything to get on the field.
Yeah, I took that leap of faith, went to Graham and played corner. And then we had a couple of guys who was destined for the NFL. They was trying to like get some touches away. And I returned some kicks. My first 2 games returning kicks, I had 4 returns for a total of like 415 yards.
Wow.
And then after that, they was like, in the spring, if your GPA up, we'll let you get some running back reps. So I was in the defensive room taking running back reps, and then I was 9th on the depth chart. And by the time camp was over and we played against Cal Berkeley, I was the 2nd running back on the depth chart. I really like the 3rd, but I seen myself as the 2nd. I'm a freshman on this bus, and I got number 4 on. I had number 40 at first.
Oh, wow.
But they gave me number 4 for that first game, and it was a wrap.
It was a wrap.
Yeah, I rushed for I had two rushes for 99 yards.
Oh, my God.
And a touchdown.
That's insane.
Against UC?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, two touches, like 99
Then it was game
yards.
over after that, huh? You started every game after that, or how did that go?
Well, I was getting 14. I was getting 7 carries. The starting running back was getting 14 carries. No shade to my boy. He was the thunder to my lightning at the time, but he'll have 14 carries, about 50, 60 yards, maybe a touchdown. I have about 7 carries, about 89, 90 yards, 3 TDs.
Yeah.
So it was okay for me to come off the bench. I was the spark plug off the bench. I've been there for basketball. I've been there for football. And when Rank got here to Frisco, my game elevated as well. Like, hey, Meatball, you ain't been to practice? All right, Rank gonna start it off. It's just an effect that I have. Y'all seen, like, the great. Y'all seen good. Y'all seen Rank. Yeah. Now I'm gonna beat up on you. Y'all seen all that fast stuff. I'm about to slow this game down.
Slow it down.
I'm gonna beat on you. But that's just the effect I had on the game. So I ain't mind coming off the bench. I didn't start until my grad year.
Oh, wow.
I graduated in 3 years at Graham, got my criminal justice degree, and then I went and got my master's in sports administration.
That's interesting. Now, I have my bachelor's in criminal justice too. Now, did you want to get that, or was like that thing I'm focused on NFL, and I'm just going to get something just in case I make it?
Man.
Just in case I don't make it, I mean.
Man, when I was at Wiley, it was like a daycare center for kids. I mean, for adults. When I was at Wiley. I was waking up, going to the calf, going kick it on the yard, going to a couple of classes, and then it was all basketball and intramural sports. So when I went to Graham, I had like a 1.3.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
That's crazy.
So I had like a 1.3 when I went to Graham, so I couldn't do nothing.
Yeah.
I couldn't do nothing. And then I had to get my GPA up in order to get active and then really get into like school. So they called me and was like, hey, you doing kinesiology and you a sophomore on the field, but you a freshman in the class. So criminal justice took all my bad grades as electives.
Wow.
And then I had a couple of core classes that I passed, and then when I switched over to criminal justice, I was on the career path and the graduating on time. That's why I did criminal justice.
Okay.
And Graham is JUCO.
No, Graham is a 4-year D1 AA, I think.
D1 AA, okay.
Yeah. It's the HBCU, correct?
HBCU,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, we just HBCU. Like we play in Ohio this year.
Yeah.
And ULF yet, Raging Cajuns. Played LSU last year.
How do you think the impact of Deion had on the HBCUs? You going to HBCU and seeing maybe how down bad it was, maybe because it wasn't getting talked about a lot. At least I don't think so.
It wasn't.
It wasn't on College Game Day. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't on getting big time games. So how you think his impact when he was there, affected the HBCUs and everybody around America?
He had an impact on HBCUs that people who impact the HBCUs don't have.
Hold on, that's deep. That can go over some people's head. It went over my head.
So the people that have like big impacts on HBCUs, he made more impact in the
So like the Shannon Sharps and all these Hall of Famer players that went to HBCUs, they didn't have the greatest impact like he had.
Nah, you want to know, but you want to know why though?
Okay, why?
Because all of them supported his movement.
Okay.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Like he had the support of those guys.
Yeah, he did.
He had all these guys in Mississippi at Jackson State.
hot as hell. No water because they had that thing happen. Like,
yeah, they running out with him. They in the locker room. They giving speeches at Monday meetings. They meeting the guys at the hotel, giving them all like they rocking out with him. I'm not saying that the Shannon Sharps and those other guys who attended HBCUs did not make a big impact. I'm just saying the amount of time he was there, which was like a year or two, he won 2 SWAC championships and then he lost 2 national championships. But you got coaches that haven't even smelled playoffs. You got coaches who haven't even smelled SWAC championship. Grambling is the only HBCU that won a national championship, I believe so.
Oh wow.
The SWAC versus the MEAC. I think Grambling is like I think we may be the only one that's won in like the last so many years, but if not, we're the only one. It always be the MEAC. We the only team that won, and Deion ain't do that, but he made it there twice in a 2-year span, and he was in the top 7 colleges all over the world for the financial funding for the athletic department.
Wow.
That's wild, bro.
They got new locker rooms. They got a locker room that excites them to be there. They got a locker room
It's
that
important.
You know what I'm saying? They got a locker room where they can go vibe. Like,
yeah.
I'm finna leave class. I'm not even finna go to my dorm. I'm gonna miss class. I'm finna leave class. I'm finna go to the dorm room because we got a couch in here. My locker got padded back in it. I got a TV in my locker room. I can play the game in here. I can kick it, and I'm gonna be up, and I ain't gonna miss class. At Graham, you got mold in the weight room. You got the locker room beat all up. It looked like somebody had took a hammer and hit the drywall. That's how it is. The little cabinet you open to put your pads in, look like somebody just took a sledgehammer and just smashed drywall.
Is it worse than our locker room? I mean, we ain't got that much, but we ain't even got that. But
this locker room right here would make our locker room look like that locker room right there is the Ritz-Carlton. Our locker room ain't even the motel. That's a tent for the hobo. It's a tent that a hobo put under the bridge. I'd rather get dressed in that bitch.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, bro.
So being there, like, I know you said there were some guys that had the potential to get to that next level, but how was it being there? And like, cause you got to do more. You got to do more than that. You got to do something to separate yourself.
Stand out against all
from
the
everybody. Cause you even when I was at Cornell, like, these are all a bunch of smart dudes here for the education. I know it's different, but it's like, dudes ain't talking about the NFL. They ain't talking about I want to go here. So I had to set myself apart from maybe I had to run faster, had to do more, had to work harder, had to outwork them. So what was that like for you being there?
We had a guy named Chad Williams.
Chad Williams
is like he like Phase. Like you will be an example of Chad Williams. The way he prepared for practice, the way he prepared for the games, the way he prepared for workouts and all that, how he was there on time early and warming up and all that. That's Chad. But the year I got to Grambling was 2013. They had boycotted the year before. I think they was like 1-11 and then like 0-12 right before I got there. And then the locker room and the weight room was just in bad conditions that they decided not to go play that game that weekend. So they went on a boycott and they did all this other stuff. When I got to Graham, we had 22 walk-ons that was getting playtime.
Wow.
We had 22 walk-ons. Yeah, the next year we went like 7-6. Our coach got, standing ovation for having a winning season. The next year, I lost one game maybe. The year after that, I lost maybe one game or two games again. The year after that, I probably lost like 1 or 2 games again. I got a quarterback that never lost a SWAC game, like 36-0.
Wow.
That's from Dallas.
They're people never heard of.
And you know how we got there, though? You asked me how we got there. We was splitting $5 in the summer because our coach was like, if it means something to y'all will stay here and go to summer school. Y'all will work out. Y'all will go to both summer sessions. And it ain't going to help you on the field. It's going to help your education. So I was taking 21 hours during school.
Wow.
And then for the summer session, for both summer sessions, I was getting those 6 hours.
Wait, 21 hours during the season type deal?
Yeah, 21 hours during the season. I graduated in 3 years.
Man, listen,
wow.
My fourth year in college, I was in grad school.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
So I got my extra hours from going to each summer session every year that I was in school.
Yeah.
But what we didn't realize was 45 of the guys that play on Saturday that whole season was together for a whole summer, went straight into camp, and then straight into season. And we got Chad Williams, who I was telling you about earlier. If we got 10 110s, he's first every time on the 110. So now you're trying to see how many times you can beat Chad because we know Chad going to be first.
Yeah.
Now you got 5-6 guys that's coming in at first. Chad not winning every rep.
Wow.
Now you got 5-6 guys. Meatball squatting 605 in college.
Wow.
Now you got little guys trying to squat 325. Now they max is 425. Everybody around Chad is getting better because Chad set the bar high.
Yeah.
So now we all got Chad mentality. How do you beat a guy or a program for 4 quarters when you got Chad Williams mentality? Whole time that's who Chad is, but that's Grambling State football.
Yeah.
Like Chad knew that he was a G-man, but he knew what he brought to the table. He needed to show everybody, bro, this that old Grambling State football right here that's going to help us win. We all locked in. We all bought in, and we had 22 walk-ons guys that was playing every week, and we didn't lose a game, bro. We beating people 70-0 in games, man. It's because we was at summer school and we was locked in, dog. We was locked in. We got teams turning us, big time teams turning us down until Chad went to the NFL. I went to the NFL along with like 8 other guys on my team.
Wow.
From the HBCU, from the SWAC.
And I want to talk about that.
Probably to break a record or something.
Yeah, and Chad got drafted in the 3rd round to the Cardinals.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how was that process, going from Grambling to the NFL? Like, how was that? You know what I'm saying? You did you get an invite to the combine?
I didn't know I got an invite to the combine until the day of the combine.
How the hell does that work?
All I know is I trained in Tampa, Florida for the combine. My agent sent me out there to train, and then the day of the combine, everybody had flew off. We had we sent them off or whatever from the training facility, and I Googled my name, and then I had a blank picture.
Yeah. So how does that get related to
my agent made me feel like since I had got suspended for homecoming and I went to jail for it, that they took my invite back. But to the world, all it looked like was I declined a big for me pro day. I declined, like the combine wouldn't be the combine for me. It'd be my pro day. Because that's all we know at Grambling. Like, we don't get combine invites. SWAC guys don't get that. They have a whole SWAC combine for the SWAC. They got a whole combine for the SWAC. So the combine would have been just a bigger stage for my pro day.
Okay.
I wouldn't have looked at it as one of those, but it got taken away from me, and I realized it too late.
Okay. So when that time came and you played your season, you was working out down in Tampa like you said.
Mm-hmm.
Not hearing your name get called, right?
Mm-hmm.
How did that light a fire under your ass, you know what I'm saying, for when that time did come, when you did get that call to maybe go on somebody's roster and help their team, their organization out?
I think that's the day I really grew up, though. I think that's the day I grew up. That me not getting my name called. Meanwhile, I'm having a whole watch party to hear my name get called. I got family over.
I know you can resemble with that too.
Yeah. I got family over, and you know what I'm saying. And round 5 comes where I'm projected to go. You know what I'm saying. I'm projected to go in the 5th round. I got a call from the Ravens, and then they took a linebacker. Then I got a call from the Saints, and then it was between me and Boston Scott, which is a guy that went to Louisiana Tech right up the street. Yeah, he went to Louisiana Tech. I think I went 4.49 on pro day. He went 4.43 or some shit like that.
Wow. That's the small running back from that with the Eagles.
Eagles, yeah, but he plays for the Rams now. I think he just got traded, but they took him in the 5th round. I knew it was over with for me. He was a wrap. I was like, damn. So we ended up watching the rest of the draft, and then all 32 teams called. All of them. Hey, we'd love for you to come to camp.
Wow.
Hey, we'd love you to come to OTAs. Hey, we'd love you to have your rookie at mini camp. Hey, we love who you are as the back. We just needed to go in a different direction for the program.
Yeah.
Like, it's business. So we know what you're capable of. So we know you're going to come here and earn a spot anyway.
Yeah.
I got all those calls, and then I got one more call, and it was Doug Williams, first black quarterback to win the Super Bowl. Went to Grambling State, and he was the head coach of Grambling State. And he called me. He was like, hey, how many teams called? And I was like, 32. You're the last team. He's like, how many you said yeah to? And I was like, none. He was like, we're going to give you X amount of dollars. He's like, because I know ain't nobody gave you no money. I was like, nah. He's like, we're going to give you X amount of dollars. You're going to come down here. You're going to go through rookie mini camp, OTAs, and camp. And then that's exactly what happened. He emailed me my contract. My agent called me. He was like, hey, you going to the Redskins. And I was like, I already know that. Like, you late.
Yeah.
He called me first, not you.
Do your job.
Do your job. But yeah, that was it. But me going there, I ain't have no chip on my shoulder. That's the day I grew up.
Yeah.
If I go in there with a chip on my shoulder, like everybody owed me something, or they fucked me over, and I'm better than all these other running backs. Now I'm going in there as an HBCU guy that they already made me to be.
You putting pressure on yourself that don't need.
Right. It's just like when people be, you know what I'm saying, stereotypical when they see somebody that looks like a gangster, but that's not a gangster.
Nah.
If I would have went in there with the hot head and I'm not a hot head for real, they was going to label me as that because that's what they see me as, uncoachable, and I came from the SWAC, so that's who he is.
Yeah.
That's the nature of his game. That's who he going to be in the organization. So I was like, nah. Man, when I went in there, I was kicking it. Darius Geis was my roommate. My vibes was good. I was funny as hell. I started a whole segment up there with the security guards. It was just good vibes. And Doug, he took care of me. I faced some injuries during camp, but they tried to cut me before I had a chance to showcase my talent. And then when I got on the field, bro, I had a great day, like 5-6 carries, 65 yards. I almost had a TD. You know, it was just...
How big were you at that time?
I was, oh my, man. I was like, it's like 205.
Solid.
I was like 195 to 205. It'll fluctuate. But that guy right there, though, that was Mr. Excitement.
Mr. Excitement.
Yeah.
Nah, we watched your
that was Mr.
highlight
Excitement.
tape.
That was Mr. Excitement.
That was crazy.
Meatball is crazy work,
Bro,
though. Like,
Where does that come from?
Mr. Excitement?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He ain't seen the highlight tape, bro.
I don't think
I've
so.
seen the highlight tape.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Mr. Excitement came from me being a DB, bro, and I had that number 40 on. And I had a bald head because when I got to Graham, you know what I'm saying, one of the guys dared me to do something, and I did it. And I got my hair cut bald. It was either cut off my facial hair, all of it, eyebrows and all.
Oh, hell
Or
no.
get a bald head.
That's crazy.
Yeah. What you think?
Bald head.
I got a bald head. If I got bald head, I'm number 40. I'm not getting no juice.
Wow.
All the guys in front of me are the guys, too. Like, our team, that record only showed what it showed because of the program itself at the time. But we had some guys.
Yeah.
So the guys still got girls because they making plays, and girls know when guys make plays.
Yeah.
But anyway, dang, I lost my train of thought.
Mr. Excitement.
Oh, Mr. Excitement. Boom. I got a kickoff return, bro. A kickoff return. I got left at the hotel, might I tell you. I was sick. I got left at the hotel. So the game was getting ready to start, and I'm getting out of one of the coach's, like, sister car, crossing the canal ditch. The coach been looking for me for an hour for pregame.
How the hell you get...
I was sick. So we came down for we came down for breakfast. We did chapel. I went back up, and then coach was like, y'all got 2 hours of rest. I ended up sleeping too long. My roommate didn't wake me up.
That's crazy. We had to fight.
Yeah, so he slid on me. Anyway, I get to the game, and he was like, you're not going to play. You're not playing today. And he was like, you know what? You're going to play, and you're going to make a play today. So I didn't get in. I had number 40 on. I wasn't even worried about defense. We couldn't flip the field, so they put me in on kickoff return. I took it for like 80.
Oh, my God.
And they was like, this guy is exciting. That started with the other team. We went back to the crib the next week. I returned the first kickoff return for a touchdown. We 3 and out of them. I returned the next punt return for a touchdown. And everybody was just like, who is this kid, bro?
Mr. Excitement.
This kid is exciting. And then one time on the radio, they just like, we got to interview Mr. Excitement. And then I was like, hold on. This was like, the campus like radio station. They was like, we about to interview Mr. Excitement. And I was like, hold on. And then when he introduced me on the radio, he was like, we got Mr. Excitement in the building. And I was like, crowd pleaser. Titty squeezer.
Yeah,
that's where it came from.
Believer.
Nobody knew who I was, though. I
Yeah.
played DB for a whole year. No touches, no playtime, no nothing.
They just came in, kick return.
Put me in kick return. Oh, man, I had like 3 back-to-back good weeks.
Wow.
I think I had like 5-6 games for like 700 yards and returns.
Wow.
Yeah, like my last couple games, but that's where it came from, bro. I was electrifying with the ball. I know how to make people miss. I still was physical. I was just a guy. Like, every time I touched the ball, it was either, I'm telling you, 7 carries a game, 3 touchdowns, 80-some yards.
Yeah. Nah, bro, I see that now, like, to this day.
Yeah.
Like, even when both of us was out, it was like we was talking to the people up at Crown or More. We was like, oh, yeah, you ain't seen nothing yet. Yeah. When Phase and Meatball touch that field again, it's something crazy.
Yeah, we be on the same type of time. Like, when I see you full speed, high motion, and you picking up guys, and I could just decide which way I want to go for my next move. With running backs, I don't think receivers know. Like, whenever you got a 4-down stop or whatever the case may be, and you need to convert that, the same thing is with running backs. Whenever you got a block and you give me a direction by turning your whole body,
take that.
You feel me? I got to make sure if I make this move and I spin off of this, I ain't going to get smacked.
Yeah.
You feel me? I'm dictating my next couple moves, and then whenever I see you on that type of time, that just make my job easier. Not to discredit any of our other receivers. I don't think everybody has 4 quarters of consistency the way you have 4 quarters of consistency.
Appreciate that.
Which affects my game.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And even on that, what do you think it takes? Just like, because we got a lot of people that watch as mostly athletes. You know what I'm saying? Athletes, they want to see Mr. Excitement. Okay, how can I do this? How can I be great? But what does it take to get to the levels that you've got into? You know what I mean?
The stuff that we did over the summer, nobody knows about that. We didn't post.
Nobody's watching.
Yeah, we didn't post that. Whenever we won the championship, we didn't say, "Oh, it was that summer work." You know what I'm saying?
No.
We the greatest.
Yeah.
We knew we was gonna be the greatest because every day we got to that sand pit, every day we got to doing route trees, every day we got the timing. It was to the point to where we had 10 plays scripted every week. It's called NASCAR.
I be had that in college too.
It's called NASCAR. So we got 10 plays, and everybody know what everybody's supposed to be. And I'm telling you, it works. We can come out and call 3 plays from the card, and it could be third down. And that first play is to get us a first down. We're going to go NASCAR. We're going to get the first down, and we're going to run all 10 plays. If not scored in those 10 plays, then we're going to score somewhere within those 10 plays.
Wow.
We was just that good.
Yeah.
We put that time in, though, running the top of the routes. I'm talking about running the top of the routes. Quarterbacks taking 3-step drops. They running the top of the routes. He putting it to a spot. He getting it where we supposed. It was just.
By the time we got time for the game, it was awesome air.
Barbecue chicken.
Barbecue chicken.
So talk to me about, you had your stint in the league and things like that. But how does Meatball end up here in the IFL? Like, how does that happen?
Injuries are part of the game.
That's a big part of the game.
Injuries are part of the game, man. Whenever I was doing my training in Tampa, I was 195, you know what I'm saying? But my agent made me feel like nobody would draft me if I can't run between the tackles because they was getting me in space. I was making people miss. I was super, super fast. So my agent made me feel like I had to gain some weight. But 195 turned to 210, 210 turned to 220, and then my pro day, I was 236, man.
Wow.
God.
I was still moving and fast, just like I am now, but 236, I was supposed to go 4'3". I went 4'49". I went 4'5". Then I went 4'49".
Wow.
And then they made me run again because the jump was too big, and then I went 4'5". So like my 40 time was like a 4'5".
Wow.
Okay.
So
it's fast.
Yeah, but with Boston Scott running a 4'4'3", and these
That's
other guys,
yeah.
I'm running with linebackers, and they looking at my time like, oh, he's getting caught, and I didn't have no back end, so I got hurt. The Redskins sent me home after I had a big game. The next day I was on the flight to the crib. That game I told you, the next day I was on my way to the crib.
And what's going through your mind at that time?
It's a
next,
business.
or what?
It's a business. You want to know what's so crazy? I had already packed my bag the night before when I got home.
Did you already know?
Yeah, after the game was immediately over because I broke my fibula. I fractured my fibula. The same thing that happened to me last year in Iowa.
Yeah.
That made me miss the playoffs. That's the reason why I ain't playing now for the rest of the season. Coach don't want to make that same mistake. It's cool. But
wait, you just dropped news on the Unphazed podcast?
Oh yeah, I'm kicking it for the rest of the season.
You're not playing another game for the rest of this fucking season?
Yeah, I'm kicking it. Oh no, I'm playing playoffs, but I'm saying though last week.
That's why you're taking it.
I'm about to say, bro.
And then it's bye week, and then
I'm about to say, hold on, what?
No, last year he was like, I gotta win. I want you to play all of them, and then I ended up getting hurt.
Okay.
No.
But yeah, with the Redskins though, I had a great game, bro, and then I got hurt.
I seen that.
Yeah, and then I ended up like feeling like my leg was bleeding, like around third quarter.
And it wasn't?
No, it wasn't bleeding. So I let my socks all the way down. I wasn't bleeding. So I'm like, damn, every time I walk, I feel like, some friction. I'm like, this is just uncomfortable. So coach was like, hey, these last 2 drives are yours. You got it. So I'm like, all right, cool. So every time I put it down, it was hurting. So I'm like, all right, cool. I finished the game. I get undressed. I get to the bus. I'm kicking it. From the drive from our arena back to where the facility is like an hour and 5 minutes. I get to the arena. I get to the hotel, and I can't walk.
And the inflamed like this.
Yeah, like a sprained ankle. But every time I put it down, it's weak. It was fragile.
Wow.
So that night I had some of my homegirls pull up. They helped me pack. And then when I went to the locker room the next morning, I got in the cold tub, and then I got in the hot tub, and I was getting back in the cold tub. They hit me for a meeting. Was like, hey, we want to get a MRI. I was like, all right, cool. So we did an MRI, and then we did MRI, and then whenever the MRI results came back, we had a interview basically saying like we're gonna put him with the ones since he had a great game. Where that shit went from, we're gonna do an X-ray, and they seen that I had a fractured fibula, and I went from, I'm not even kidding, bro. I went from the meeting from the X-ray to my locker, and my shit was cleaned out.
Oh my God.
And they had a plane ticket.
That's the business, bro.
And they had a plane ticket for me to the crib.
Wow.
So when I got back to the crib, he was like, what time you want to fly out? And they had already had the times laid out for me. Yeah, they already had the time for me laid out. So I went back and got my bag, and the bus dropped me off at the airport, and I was at the crib.
Wow.
Yeah, that was it, bro. It was crazy work. I was only supposed to be out for 7 weeks, but I missed the whole season. They sent me a check for $14,000, and that was it. Yeah. I was supposed to get. Yep, I was supposed to get like 87 to 100K that year.
Wow.
And then they was asking me how many games I'm gonna miss, and basically saying I wasn't gonna miss that many games. So they gave me a check for a preseason game and one regular season check.
Wow.
Yeah, I was sick.
And right when that happened, okay, you're on your way home. What is that process like in the mind? Because I'm like, for you, it was like, okay, I'm about to play in the NFL. I just had a big game.
Yeah.
I just did this. Now you go home and you're injured as well. What is that thought process like? Okay, now you hurt. You like, what's next?
I failed. I failed.
Yeah.
Because everybody, I was in the hood, and I'm telling you now, I was in the hood.
Yeah.
So I left the hood to go to Grambling. I went to Graham. Now I'm untouchable at Graham too, though.
Yeah.
I'm making plays every Saturday. I'm on all the news stations. Like, I'm lit.
Yeah.
Now I'm in the NFL, and I just left now. And I'm back at the crib.
That's what I want to know right there.
I'm at the crib now. I'm a regular person.
Just went from here to boom.
My main job right now is to be a professional athlete. So everything I does has to be in the manner of a professional athlete.
Yep.
Going to the car wash, going to get breakfast at a spot, getting on live, whatever I do, I'm a professional athlete. They just seen me on TV. Now I'm in Houston at Prospect Park with my friends who all know that I just got released. And my name is floating on the bottom of every TV because I just had 7 carries, 65 yards, and I won the game for the Redskins.
That's such a like.
So my partners just keep saying, look at your name. There go your name. And then we just joking about it so much, people are asking, like, that's really you? Yeah, that's me. That's crazy. What are you doing here? Don't you got a game next week? Yeah. I got cut. I'm back in the hood.
How did they do it? How did they do it though?
Your mic.
Did they like what's the process like of getting cut in the NFL?
It looked just like the videos you seen pretty much if you have a playbook. But now these days though, you got a tablet. It ain't a playbook. They don't give you a playbook no more. You get a tablet. So they was bringing your tablet back when I was over there. Redskins, I did have a playbook and a tablet because I'm a guy that you can't show me something on the screen and then I know how to run it in practice. So that's another reason why I was so far down on the depth chart. I couldn't get it as fast as those other guys that went to LSU, Oregon, and Colorado, and all those other schools. I went to Grambling where they was like run left, run right.
Yeah.
You know, swing left, swing right. So it was just they got onions on it. You're crazy, bro.
I didn't ask for that.
I don't know what y'all doing.
Is that a regular pizza? Yeah, can I get a regular piece of pizza?
Get that out of here.
Yeah.
I didn't ask for this, but hey, I'm hungry, dog.
So then after that, so you in the hood, Prospect Park, you chilling.
Yeah, and it's just a simple fact. It's like whenever. Oh yeah, this is good.
Yummy.
It's good, yummy.
I love that.
Whenever you like in the NFL, everybody want to give you stuff for free. You feel me? But the moment that you're not that guy no more, everything is more expensive. When I was that guy in the NFL, I could afford it. I don't need you to give it to me for free.
Yeah.
But now I'm not there and I can't afford it. That's when it costs the most.
Yeah.
So I had to. I went from being like, you know, on a pedestal or somebody wanted to be around to just another guy with my partners who had $14,000 and played in the NFL for a week or two. Feel me?
At that moment in time, getting 14 plus or minus whatever it may have been, right? What was going through your mind? What to do with the money? What did you? Okay, how about this? What would you spend first, or what would you buy? What was your first purchase when you got there? Because it's $14K, but the $14K if you never had it before was a lot of money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and you could buy a decent amount of stuff with that. You know what I'm saying? As hella assets, a lot of liabilities too, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you one thing, bro. Soon as I got that money though, bro, I was broke. Not because I goofed it off though. Ask my mom, bro. My mom always know my money is accounted for. I always got something that's due. As soon as I got that money, everything that I had due, I paid for it. Like my phone bill for 1 year is $1,200. I gave my mama $1,200 for my phone bill. I paid my car note up for like 4 or 5 months. Yeah. And then don't get me wrong, I did go to the club, but I was popping bottles.
I know if one thing about Meatball, he gonna go to that club.
Yeah, I was popping bottle of Crown Apple though, bro. So it was cheap, bro. $60 bottle in the club is like $160.
Yeah.
So I had that fun, but at that time I was still not having a job. I'm a regular person now. Ex-NFL player. Like
that's what I want to know. What is the next thing? Like, okay, So now you chilling, you with the regulars right now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, is your mindset right away? It's like, okay, what's the next thing for me? Or is it like get back to the NFL, or is it like, damn,
yeah. But you hurt though.
You hurt.
If I had just got cut from camp, it'd be different. I'd be looking for a job. But now I'm injured.
You're injured.
And now I'm relying
That's even tougher.
Yeah, I'm relying on whatever they gave me to last me until I can work again. Like I don't know nothing about no workers' comp or work release, or I don't know nothing about none of that.
You've been in the league, right?
Mm-hmm.
My goal is to work with people that's in the league, right?
Mm-hmm.
They give them policies, right? Did you get that disability policy? Did you get those disability policies and things of that sort, and life insurance policy, or you got to be in the league for a certain amount of time?
You gotta have the accredited seasons to get the benefits.
Okay, so about what's that? 5 seasons or what?
Nah, it's like 3 seasons with like 5 active games. Don't quote me on that, but it's like you gotta have like 2 or 3 seasons, or you gotta have played like a certain amount of games each season. So for you, it might be the same for everybody, but for you, me, and FaZe, like we came in and they know like our lifeline is short. Like they gonna say, all right, well y'all gotta play 9 games per season, and then after that 9 games per season, your pensions will kick in. So if I play 3 years and I get my pension and I retire, the amount of money I get is gonna be less than a Drew Brees or a Tom Brady. But if I retire after 3 years and they just say it's $5K, I'm gonna get that $5K for the rest of my life a month.
Wow.
Because I met the requirements.
Wow.
Gotcha. And that rehab process for you getting that fibula and everything back, how long did that take till you got back going?
I did that all on my own, bro. It took me 17 weeks. They gave me a check, bro. The check was for 1 preseason game, which was $1,000. And then the amount of money I would make from a game check, they gave me the money I would make from that after taxes. So it was like 27. But after all of that, them taxing it twice, I got like 14K.
Yeah.
So
you did whatever you could with that in order to get back to working.
I did. I'm telling you, I crawled, I walked, I jogged, and then I ran all by myself.
Wow.
I went to the New York Jets workouts. I went and tried out for the Eagles, and then I tried out for the Giants. And nobody picked me up. The Eagles picked me up, and then they kept me for a long time, bro. Because normally after a workout, they tell you, like, all right, we're going to keep you or not.
Yeah.
They kept me. Did another physical. Then I went and did a cardiac test. And they was like, hey, your heart too big or whatever, so we ain't going to keep you. And then they was like, you know what, we going to keep you. But what we going to do is we're going to trade you to the Saints. So they sent me to the Saints, and then they activated Boston Scott. Because if it's a guy on a practice roster for another team, if another team wants to activate that guy, either that team that he owns has to activate him or let that team sign it.
Okay. Wow.
So the Saints, the Eagles sent me to the Saints to be the practice squad running back over there because they was activating another guy, and then Boston was on the practice squad, and then they activated Boston to the active roster.
Wow.
That's how that went. Yeah, it's crazy work.
And then I know you did I think the beautiful thing about football now is that they have so many leagues.
Mm-hmm.
Like they had the XFL, they had the USFL, which is now the UFL now.
Yeah.
But they have that now. For a lot of people, like even before us, they didn't have that. It's like you going to Canada, you going to Japan, or you going somewhere. So you had a little bit of taste of the XFL, right?
Mm-hmm.
How was that?
I was the littest running back in the XFL. On my mama. Before I went to the XFL, I really thought football was over for me.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I got cut from the Redskins, bro.
First, how'd you get the opportunity, though?
What?
The XFL, like
Pull it a little closer.
The XFL, how'd you get the opportunity to get into the XFL at that time?
I played for the Redskins, got sent to the crib. Then I went to the Saints. And then the Saints let me go. And I thought football was over with, right?
Yeah.
They had an XFL workout in Houston, and I had just got back from the Saints. And the Saints cut me because I failed the conditioning test after I had just strained 2 hamstrings. It was my first day back, and we had physicals that day. So I did my conditioning test, and then the trainer told him that I wouldn't make it through rookie minicamp. I didn't have enough games my second year to be a vet, so I was considered a rookie. So I was going to have to go to rookie minicamp with 9 other running backs that's fresh out of college.
Wow.
So he said I wasn't going to pass I wasn't going to make it through camp. So after that, where I'm at, FaZe, help me out.
Rookie minicamp, they told you that you wouldn't make it. You had to go to rookie minicamp with 9 other running backs.
Yeah, why am I telling you that story, though? You asked me. Hey, whenever I get into my stories, it be so much tied into it.
You're a storyteller though.
Yeah, I be trying not to like give too much so it don't be a lot.
We were talking about the XFL though.
Oh yeah, okay. So anyway, whenever the Saints let me go, I went to the crib, and then I went to a XFL workout in Houston because I got released at the same time that the workout was. So I went to the workout. I had a good workout, and then during the draft, I got drafted like 56 overall because I had just got released from the Saints, and the running backs coach at the LA Wildcats was the one who had coached Reggie Bush, Dukes McAllister, and all those guys. And he was like, "You remind me of those guys, and this is a guy I want in my running back room." So that's how I got drafted.
And I think that's kind of what they were looking for too. Yeah. They were looking for guys that already had a little bit of experience. You know what I'm saying? That's been there, done that. Then you went there. You said you turned up.
He was the only coach that wanted me.
Really?
Yeah. No other coach wanted me. And even for the LA Wildcats though, he had to fight for them to draft me.
Wow. LA Wildcats.
Yeah, I played for the LA Wildcats.
What is that?
In XFL.
Oh damn! I didn't know. Okay.
I had just left Canada too.
So you went to Canada.
You went to like 3 to 4. You done been through every league that we had.
I'm 31. People don't know that I'm 31 years old.
I knew that, but I didn't know you've been to every league.
Yep, I played in the NFL. I left the NFL and then I went to Canada. And then when I left Canada, I played for the Saints. Whenever the Saints let me go, I went straight to Canada. And then something similar to a guy on our team, he knew that they was going to cut him after the preseason games. They just want American bodies. So I overheard a meeting saying I was going to basically get released after that game. I booked me a flight to the crib and started working out something crazy. And then
they do people so bad. I have not heard one decent story about the CFL.
Now you can pay. They can pay them $200K, $150, $100K.
Nah, but not
get that type of bread.
But not, I ain't heard that from nobody. I heard they're getting like
I got $50.
They barely exactly. That's what I'm hearing. $50. Fly you over there and they might fly you back type deal.
No, they flew me back, but it was a 24-hour flight.
Yeah, see, no.
I went from Hamilton to Ontario, from Ontario to Buffalo, from Buffalo to Houston. And then I found the flight straight from...
And you got $50 to do with that. Hungry as hell probably on the flight.
Bro, I told them, man, y'all can keep that flight. I ordered an Uber, and then I got an Uber at like 4 or 5 that morning. And I flew from Ontario straight to Houston. Straight flight.
Wow.
Yeah, but yeah, I've been everywhere, bro. I done played a great deal of football. And
do you have any connections with these people still that you played in the league with, like Darius Guy, some of the other guys you played with?
Yeah, I talk to guys not as often as I should.
He was in the IFL. He was with the where was he? He was
Bay Area.
Bay Area. Yeah.
Yeah, but I talk to Darius all the time. Mark Ingram, that's one of my guys. Mark Ingram is a great example of a vet. Yeah, Mark Ingram is the great example of a vet.
Wow. Okay, now let me ask you this. For all the young viewers out there, right, that play this game or don't know, right, because you don't really know what position you're going to play until you get a little bit older. Maybe middle school, high school,
right? If
then. What advice could you give to some guys that may want to play running back? All the kids, we have hundreds of kids here during the games. What does it take to be a great running back?
Patience.
Oh, shit. I think I've heard that before for somebody great before.
Patience. Whenever you play running back, you got to have so much patience because...
Le'Veon Bell patience, or what we're talking?
You need patience mentally. You need mental patience because you could be fast at one point, you could be slow at one point, or this team flows a little slower, so you got to be faster. This team flow a little faster, so you got to be slower. Whenever a running back can see that I need to hit this angle a different way, I need to be at this gap, this my running back, this who, like that mental patience makes a running back great. Like a running back knows, like even me, even though I'm physical, I know I can't bang for 4 quarters.
Yeah.
Whenever a running back knows that and he can slow the game down.
Give me an example. What running back out there can bang? Like Derrick Henry, Mark Ingram?
No running back can bang for 4 quarters, bro. And then be okay. Nah, nuh-uh. You got to understand though, like you got 5 tackles, right? And then somebody else got 7, somebody else got 10, somebody else got 4.
Correct.
I got hit 22 times.
Body hurt.
Yeah, I got hit 22 times, bro. So now they will do it, but I'm telling you, running backs' lifespan isn't that long. But if they go and taking 25, 26 hits a game, and they getting that friction, every play, I'm telling you, bro, they not gonna be no good.
Open the door for the next question, though.
Huh?
How do you feel about the running backs and how the NFL maybe be disrespecting the play of a running back, right? With getting paid wise, how do you feel about that? You know, that was big a couple months ago, really, to be honest, like Saquon, Christian McCaffrey, but he got his money. But like all these other backs, how do you feel about that?
I mean, the way I feel about it, everybody else ain't gonna feel about it. I don't have the skin in the game to know that I put in enough work to deserve a certain amount of money. You know what I'm saying? I can't be thinking like Christian McCaffrey and looking at his stats and what he did for me in fantasy and saying, oh yeah, he deserves $56 million. I can't do that. But if it was me and I'm playing the game, then I feel like I should get what I deserve. You know what I'm saying? I can't speak for nobody else and what they deserve. But if it's on paper, then pay the man.
Yeah.
But it's so disrespectful because you play DB, but you also play receiver. But we can take this DB/receiver and he can play running back.
Yes.
You can take Debo
Samuel.
Yeah. You can. Yeah. So now Debo Samuel plays running back. He plays receiver and he can return
slot
kicks.
And return
so
kicks.
now we gonna draft this kid late as hell, pay him the rookie minimum, and then let him bag up Debo. So it's just the simple fact that we take what we can get because we're so expendable.
Yeah.
Like, it's easy to replace a running back. They come a dime a dozen, if not 20 out of the pack. All these guys that can play receiver, you know what I'm saying? That's great returners are great running backs that just need to be able to take a lick and can do pass protection. So whenever it comes to that, bro, we take whatever we can get because at the end of the day, if they want to get rid of one running back to get two players, then that's how much it would be easier to get another running back, cut me, and then pay an offensive lineman half the salary that we was getting for this kid.
Wow.
Got you. Now, okay, so you say you're 31, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've had a long journey, with playing this game. It's done a lot of things for you. But what would you have done? If it's one or two things, what would you have done differently in your career and your time playing ball? Because maybe people may not know, right? I don't want to see him go, but this might be your last year. It is probably your last year playing, right?
I'm definitely retiring after
and I want to make sure we
can
get you a motherfucking ring, 100%, bro. Because you that type of nigga. Like, I love playing with you. You a good, solid dude. Like, you deserve it, bro. But, like, what's that one thing that you would do differently throughout your time in the CFL, maybe NFL,
if anything,
college, even high school?
It's out of my control, but I wouldn't have got hurt.
Which injury? Because you tear your Achilles too?
I tore my Achilles in the XFL, which wasn't, detrimental to my downward spiral of my alternate leagues. But also, I would have took my preparation more serious. Like, y'all see me right now.
Chilling.
Y'all see his face? He's like an uncle.
Yeah, I'm Uncle Daddy Grandpa. That's what they call me. Right.
Yeah, Uncle.
Uncle Daddy Grandpa. But y'all see me when I get to practice. I get to practice at 7:15, pre-practice at 7:30. I put my kid down and make sure he's straight.
Yep.
Within that 15 minutes, I'm putting my pads on, my gloves in my pocket.
I don't see you stretch at all.
And I'm over there kicking it with y'all.
Yeah, literally.
I might go through.
Going full speed too.
Yeah. I might
but let him get a day off. He gonna go full speed the next day.
Which is crazy.
I might go through it. I might not. But when I was younger and I was lighter, the effect that I had on the game without stretching, without taking it serious, without preparing, I just jump out there. I'm 195 pounds. I'm not finna tear nothing.
Yeah.
I'm not finna strain nothing. Like, I'm not finna be hurting after this. Like, I wake up in the morning out of my sleep and I was playing AAU at 7 a.m. when I just woke up at 6:50. Like, all my life I've been, like, not stretching and not preparing, like, the way I was supposed to. So
I remember them days.
When it all boils down to it, even right now,
like an iron.
yeah, even right now, I think I got 2 workouts this whole season. I've done nothing to fine tune or tweak my body to have some type of longevity for the season, for playoffs.
I think that's like, I know you said that as one of the things you would have done differently, but I think that also speaks to, like, a lot of people just got it. You know what I mean? Like that mentality. A lot of things that we do, it's like, okay, you could train, but it's like, you see me, you line up across me one-on-one, I don't care what you've been doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's really like that.
I just take pride in that. Every time, bro, when I was in college, that's how I got so many followers. Yeah, that's how I got so many followers, bro, when I was in college. I'd go to a team and just tear team ass up, and then they whole school would follow me. So whenever I'm here and then we go into other
That's
teams
crazy.
and I jumped up. I had like 6 hurdles like 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
He's hurdling like everybody.
That's
I'm
what
like,
wait. I just want we need a segment for that, and we're just gonna play all the hurdles. Like, where did that come from? You just because you said coach told you to stop doing what?
He's like, stop trying to run everybody over. So it really started that San Antonio game?
Yeah.
Who said that?
TJ was like sauce, and I'm like.
That's what TJ would tell anybody.
Yeah.
He's like, don't do that.
That's his
Just
movement.
jump over him.
Yeah,
I'm
so
like,
I'm
TJ,
like,
can't
okay.
nobody do that like you, man.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. So after the game, he was basically saying like, hurdle him. So the next play, I get him. He 1-on-1. I'm finna run him over. All I see in my mind is just, I'm like, all right. So I just hurdle him. And then the next week, and then the next week, and the next week, as I'm taking them, beating the drum steps, I can determine right now whether a guy's gonna cut me, whether he's gonna try to like blow me up, or whether he's gonna like, he just want contact to get in the way.
Yeah.
And last week it was, everybody was like, and then they head go down to see if they can like chip the thigh or
Right
the leg.
over him.
So I was just like,
Yeah.
all I hear is the Mario.
That's
every time. One time you was coming at me with a
bro.
with a DB,
Bro. I've never in my life. I'm blocking somebody. I'm gonna try to take him to the wall. I'm like, oh snap, Meatball coming. Meatball jump over me. I said, what?
I still haven't seen that play. We gotta get that play on there.
I said, what? I'm just looking at him. I'm like, did he just jump over me too?
Nobody touched me. Referee blows it, and then
Yeah,
Ty
bro.
was like, "What the fuck you do that for?" He
No
was
way.
like, "I've never seen that. I ain't
Said, never seen that before.
I jumped over phase and ducked and then landed, and then nobody else touched me.
Yeah.
Like if I would have kept running, I probably would have did something immaculate. But
Was that going towards the open end, like our side of the end zone, or
we
other
was
end?
going this way.
Okay, so we're going to the other end.
Yeah, we was going
Closer.
this way, and we was about right on like the 25, right around the 20, the 15, 20. But I seen them, and they both was like locked in, and I'm like, I don't have a move for this.
Yeah.
It's either go this way and then still bump into a phase, spin, hit the wall, lose yards, go inside where all the trash is, or just go straight into the wall. I was really thinking about like jumping over him and then like taking a couple
Wait, this is when you
steps.
jumped on the wall over him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
I was really thinking about doing some Matrix shit.
Yeah, no, you most definitely did.
On my mama.
And one thing I wanted to talk about too, I know we could talk about football, all day.
Right.
You know what I mean, getting this championship. But like I think one thing that interested me most about you is like now I see you teaching.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So Meatball, you wear many hats.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, I seen the videos of you with the students and just like, man, just tell me a little bit like what got you to that, or what did you fall in love with that, or like what is it that like you was teaching? Because it doesn't seem like when I'm watching videos of you, Meatball ain't no regular teacher.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You gonna make the videos, you gonna get the kids excited, or like, just tell me a little about like what made you want to do that.
Man, when I was in high school, my parents, they was busy, bro. So like my other homeboys, they parents would be like that they was filling that void of my parents being present. So I kind of latched on to that, and then whenever I got in a position to give that back, like my coach, he became a father figure. I had a coach at every school who seen that my parents' attendance isn't that high, but I'm the kid that's making the most plays, and the kids that don't even get in, they got a lot of support, and I don't. So he just, like every coach, every organization, somebody latched on to me and just became what I needed. That was just like the perfect example of like God put people in your life for a reason at specific times. Yeah. That was that for me. Like every time I went into an organization, just me being cool as I am. Like when you met me, I'm on the grill. I'm showing you how to not let the season get to this. I'm showing you how to let the, you know what I'm saying? I'm showing you that. Yeah. I was giving that to everybody who would house me because I was just crib to crib. I was that kid. Yeah. I was that kid that was full of energy, didn't want to be at home, didn't like my living situation. So whenever I got in a position to give that back through athletics, which is my job, I was a professional athlete. I was a role model at Grambling. Like I was making plays. I was one of the guys. I got action figures and stuff like that. So the kids are engaged, they're involved, and the impact that I had on those kids, somebody had that impact on me, and it wasn't my immediate family. Yeah. So now it's like when I see these kids, I'm capable of loving somebody else's child like they mine, because somebody did me like that.
So you'd be there for somebody else.
Somebody else made me feel that safe to where when I look at a kid, I don't see some random kid. I see some kid or another human being that was me that needs to be protected. So that's how it is. Whenever I had the opportunity to get an education, it was just super easy, bro.
Yeah.
It was just like day and night. Like I knew how to relate to them. I knew how to be the guy that they love but still respects. I knew how to discipline them to a certain extent where we don't lose connection. Like my students are the type of students that I can like smack on the hand because why this the third time I just told you should be quiet, and I don't have to worry about them going home saying, oh, my teacher beat me today.
Yeah.
Because we already established that rapport. Like this man only doing that because he loves me.
Yes.
And he wants the best for me, and he means me no harm.
Yes.
So whenever that's how I got
a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, whenever I was getting looked after by my coaches and my homeboys' family, and it takes a village to raise a kid. The discipline I got, the spankings I got, the corrections I got, I took that.
Yeah.
So now I associate myself with the population of the school that can receive that discipline, that teaching, that parenting. Like I only associate, no discredit to the other students, but I feel like I'm going to reach out to those kids as well. Everybody gets the same energy from me. But whenever you don't want to receive that energy and you're not receptive, it's only so far that I can go to make you walk that path. You know, I tell you guys stories about my students all the time that's just diabolical. But whenever those kids are continuously rebellious, then I just got to let that go. That's just a relationship that I just can't save. But the kids that do receive that, do you understand that they're in the 6th grade right now? So even when they graduate to 8th grade, I'm going to be emotional. Whenever they graduate high school, I'm going to be emotional. Whenever they graduate college, I'm going to be emotional. Whenever they become adults, they're going to be emotional because not only did I educate you, I raised you, and all of these things that I've installed in you within these 8 or 9 hours that I have you within 5 days a week, I just saw you graduate middle school. I gave you that. I just saw you graduate high school. I gave you some of that. Now you graduating college. I gave you some of that. So now what you're going to do is you're going to come back and we're going to have an adult conversation. And then now you're going to give me something that you learned along the way that I made a mistake. You feel me?
Yeah.
I don't want them to make the same mistake. So they're going to come back and tell me how they won because we had that conversation late one night. They're going to come back and tell me how they overcame something that I did wrong because they confided in me and then I opened up and gave them a piece of me that I wouldn't give nobody else.
Yeah.
So me pouring into these kids and then actually seeing those kids grow, somebody did that for me. I told somebody that, you know, my heart was broke, and then they told me how they got over their heartbreak. So now I told them how that person got over their heartbreak, and I did. Now they gonna go and tell the next person how all 3 of us got over, and then they gonna get the 4th testimony from the person that I showed how to be the best person you could be for whoever it is that's confiding in you in that moment. I don't think it's nobody in the world that can come to me with no problem and I don't know how to adapt to it. Nobody in America, I promise you. If it's any problem that's being brought to me, God has blessed me with the ability to be just observant and absorb that and then give the universe exactly what it needs.
Yeah.
Like I'm a cocktail for life of all possibilities. When it comes to business, when it comes to financial situations, when it comes to love, when it comes to health, when it comes to heartbreak, when it comes to anything in the world, bro, if somebody comes to me with that problem, I've been through so much that I can tell them about my situation and then they can be receptive of that and then they can give me back what they think about how my situation can help them and then how we can get over their situation.
Yeah. So most people don't know this, but you're one of my most recent clients when it comes to life insurance, things like that. So I appreciate you for trusting me with that. Most people don't know also that you have more than, multiple policies, I guess. Tell us why you think it was and why it is important for other people, because they can hear from us and they're just hearing it and it ain't getting through their head.
Right.
For somebody like you, why was it important for you to make sure you and your babies were secure financially through that piece of having that policy and things of that sort?
How much money I spend a day in food is how much money I can put into something that can be lucrative for me and my kids. So I can go spend for everybody in my family, I can go spend $55 at one spot for me and everybody that's in my family that I feed, and my policy could be $50-$60 too.
Yeah.
But that policy can cover $50,000. My funeral could be 10, but even though I put that down and whatever it was supposed to do, they don't got to come out of pocket and buy these flowers and this casket and this transportation. And
now you talking.
And they don't have to pay, or they don't have to. Man, I just buried my papa. We dug the hole ourselves.
How he didn't have anything set up for that?
Nah, the insurance what he had wouldn't cover him to get buried. It had enough to cover him the necessities he need to be buried. But as far as putting him in the ground, we lowered my papa.
So I'm guessing around he had around like maybe 5, 10, maybe 1,000.
Yeah, you feel me? So whenever I talk to people that's in insurance, it's the two policies that I have out with the two insurance companies. Those are people who made me see that you ain't doing this for me, bro. If you won't do it, somebody else is going. I'm gonna get some more clients today. So I'm not here to get no bread from you. I'm just saying the conversation we had was genuine.
Yeah.
You are a great person. So let me help you right now. I'm helping you. Like, you helping me, don't get me wrong. This is one client. You can't refer nobody else to me that's going to make me go metro booming. You feel me? Like, you ain't finna send me through the roof. So let me help you. So I had those conversations with those insurance people along with yourself, and you showed me, like, Meatball, if you died today, like, your kids have what?
X amount.
And I was like, all I got is this. And you was like, that ain't bad. But this will help you too. If you living and you need to do such and such, this is going to help you right here. This deal is exactly for you. This deal is not for my next client. This deal wasn't good for my first client before you.
Everybody's different.
This is the most lucrative deal for you. This is the best ideal deal for you right here.
Facts.
So the next person you talk to, y'all, the conversation that y'all have, the rapport that y'all establish, it be for those individual people. You know what I'm saying? That's what made me gravitate to the two claims that I have. But at the same time, like you said, I made that decision because my kids now have something when I'm gone.
Yeah.
100%.
Not just my legacy. My legacy not finna get them paid. Ain't nobody buying my cards off of eBay. Ain't nobody out here signing Meatball to no Adidas or no Nikes that my kids can get royalties from for the remainder of my life. But if I make this payment every month on this insurance, and the Lord take me when he take me, my baby's gonna be okay. My family gonna be okay. And it ain't gonna be no hassle to bury Meatball. That's gonna be a party.
Yeah.
Party.
It's gonna be a party. Everybody gonna be in the position that they is right now when I'm gone, bro.
Honestly, they're gonna be in a better position. How I got you said they're gonna be in a better position.
I'm talking about everybody outside of my policy. Everybody gonna be doing the same stuff right now.
Yeah.
So how can I depend on them to bury me?
Okay.
Everything that they doing right now that my family's doing, some people might open a boutique. Somebody might hit the lottery. Somebody might scam on their taxes. They might be doing a little better when I die, but ain't nobody finna bury me.
Yeah.
I'm not finna get buried and I can't get a headstone.
Yeah.
Because it's too expensive.
Yeah.
Because you ain't got enough.
You know what I'm saying? The way my policy's set up, if I want to go dip into that because it's making me money, I ain't borrowing nothing from nobody. Nobody in my life can't help me anyway. If everybody that I done let borrow some money, if I call them right now, I promise you they couldn't pay me back. We can call 10 people that owe me at least $10 and I ask for the 10 back. Hold on, I'm finna call you right back. Now they finna rob Peter to pay Paul. But if Peter ain't got it, Paul ain't getting paid, man.
Yeah.
So, man, with this policy, bro, it's really just for my kids, man.
Yes,
it's to do what I'm not doing.
Yeah.
You know? Ain't nobody gonna have to have a headache burying me.
Yeah.
Soon as they get that death certificate, bro, they gonna be able to do what they supposed to do.
100%. Now, thank you for that.
And I think I know we talked about that and like the legacy, and I know we was talking about the cars and stuff like that. But what like, and it's so crazy. Like we think about the NBA, NFL, even the IFL. We like, yeah, I'm 31. Like, I'm old. Like we still got a lot of life to live. You know, we're still young. But football wise, body wise, like to play this game, you know what I'm saying, that the clock is ticking.
Yeah.
But what do you want your legacy to be? Or what do you feel like it is? But in this league, not in this league in football, And I just say football because you dedicated so much of your time, blood, sweat, and tears and energy to the game. But in life, you know what I mean? Because I heard you, like, we've been talking for about an hour.
Yeah.
But when you talked about them kids, I seen something.
Yeah.
I seen a passion.
Yeah.
I seen like, oh yeah, I seen God. You know what I mean? I love when people light up like that when they, you know what I'm saying, they get emotional, whatever it is. I seen that. So what do you want your legacy to be?
Man, with it's just like I felt like when I was talking about them kids, it's the same way I want everybody to have an individual experience about my legacy. Like the LeBron James conversation, the Michael Jordan conversation, the Kobe conversation. Everybody have their individual perspective on those legacies. So whenever you talk to my kids when I'm gone, you know what I'm saying? Whenever somebody talks to FaZe when I'm gone, whenever somebody talks to LJ when I'm gone, that response that you give to people is the legacy I want to leave. If I die today, God forbid, right? Everything that you have to say about Meatball right now would be the perfect eulogy.
I like that.
Anybody that ever met Meatball and you ask him if you was doing a video, hey, I need a 1-minute video about how you feel about Meatball, all of those people testimony would be one big documentation of how I wanted to leave my legacy, positive or negative.
So you saying you don't got nothing, no regret and how no connection, none of that?
Nah, bro.
Everything happened as it should and how it's supposed to.
Yeah, bro. I mean, if I was still in the NFL right now, I'd probably be locked up, or I'd probably just be in a position, not to discredit, you know, any of those guys who got some trauma, but I'd be like one of those guys who getting in trouble consistently in the media right now. I had too much money. I had too many connections. Even right now, with the amount of money I make today, I can still go to the club and party like Moneybag Yo. I can still go to Essence Festival and get on the stage with Kevin Gates. Like my life, I had the stuff I have access to. Like the only difference is right now I don't have NFL money, so I'm not getting in trouble because, you know what I'm saying? I just don't have access to that trouble.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Trouble that could come with that. Yeah.
Yeah. The moment we all get together and we have a collective pot to go to an event, we be feeling like them guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We popping extra bottles. We got extra people in the section. There's something extra. So just imagine if I was in the NFL and I was making.
If Meatball was still in the NFL, I knew Meatball, I just know we would have a great time.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I'll put that on everything I love. We have a great time now.
Yeah, for sure.
If he was making them 20 mil, whatever it been, 750,000, and he gonna look out for you.
Yeah, for sure. Always.
Meatball gonna always look out for you. I don't care what nobody say, bro.
Everybody.
That's literally always, bro.
That's my legacy. You see him just adding
always,
on to
bro.
my legacy.
I love you, fam.
It's on film.
Facts.
Yeah, it's on film. Documented.
It's on film.
We're unfazed.
It's you feel me?
Unfazed. Documented.
Bro, everybody I come into encounter with, bro, I just want them to know, like, wholeheartedly, whether it's negative or positive, if you had to say something about me, it's going to be in a manner in which, if it was all in one compilation video, my legacy is gonna be just bigger than anybody's in the world, bro. I told Instagram the other day, my brother called me from prison. He got about 35 days left on a 10-year bid. And he was just asking me, like, you okay? And I was like, yeah, man, I'm good. And he was like, just tell me what's going on right now. And this is something we always do every time he calls me because there's always something new. So he was like, oh, what's going on? So I tell him what's going on. And he was like, man, you always got something going on. Like, you always helping somebody. You always doing something. Like, it's always something going on that you always got your hands on. And I was like, he was like, but one thing, though, you get through it, though.
Yeah.
Like, you be straight. Like, you be good. And I was like, man, you want to know what, bro? God got my life on, like, that big screen in heaven.
Yeah.
So, like, all over the world, with everybody looking down on their people, sometimes God will take everybody moment, or take a moment from everybody and just put my life on the big screen. What I do for homeless people, and I never recorded. What I do for our football team, and then I never recorded. What I do for my family initially. What I do for everybody. Like, all of that stuff that I do, and I'm not expecting nothing back. God is like, this is why. This is one of my toughest soldiers right here.
Yeah. That's what I was going to ask you.
This is one of my toughest soldiers. It was $1,000 to spend today. He only received 180. it was this to do this. He didn't ask for nothing. You know what I'm saying? He prepared it. He did all this stuff. Like every time I do something or I'm associated with something, if you give it back, cool. If not, all right.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I did my part. We had a good time, and at the end of the day, bruh, I feel good.
Yeah.
I feel great.
And
like,
do you really
a lot
though?
of people can't say that.
Yeah.
To wrap this up, like, and we did this a couple episodes ago, right? I knew I got this idea, and he got this idea probably from like the I Am Athlete podcast. You know, Brandon Marshall, he'll go around asking everybody how they are, like mentally, physically, spiritually, business wise, whatever it may be. But I'll ask you in a slow motion. I ask you like each one. How are you mentally, really? On a scale of like 1 to 10.
Mentally, I'm in a place to where everything I do next matters. You know what I'm saying? I can have the wrong Instagram post. I'm a 6th grade English teacher and I'm a professional athlete. I can say the wrong things in public. I can do a multitude of things the incorrect way that will impact what happens next for me. Losing my job, ex-IFL, ex-NFL player, like everything that happens next affects me. But now I've put myself in a position to finally accept the simple fact that I'm held to a different magnitude. So now that I've slowed all of that down and then I've limited my access to all the things that can harm me and take away my mental stability and throw me off, I'm not around that no more.
Yeah.
I'm not around that no more. So mentally, I'm in a good headspace, bro.
What about physically?
Physically, I'm hurting. Yeah. I mean,
you play 17 games, 16
yeah,
games, whatever it may be.
Yeah, week in and week out though, but I just play at a higher velocity than everybody else. Blocking. Like my blocking don't just be that. Yeah, it's crashing
Torpedo.
out. Yeah, it's crashing out. It don't be that stalk block, none of that it's
go
boom,
big or go home.
Boom, boom. So yeah, my body be hurting all the time, bro. It's days where I gotta get up and it's gonna take me 5-10 minutes to break the ice. And like, you know, be able to walk without limping or something not hurting. But that's why I got 3 weeks off right now.
Yeah.
You know?
You need that.
Yeah.
Thing is, we beat them like, what, 81, 84, whatever, to 50-something?
No meatball.
No meatball, no cold.
And we took it easy on
No
them.
cold.
No meatball, no cold. So, I mean, we could have really hit 100.
And we took it easy on them.
And we really did take it easy.
I was trying to tell people, they was like, 81 is crazy. And in my mind, I wanted to be an asshole and just be like,
you don't even know.
bro, they could have probably hit 100 balls.
We took it easy.
Y'all had trips going touchdowns. This is the backup quarterback.
We could have won twins, 9-4, 9-sail, you know what I'm saying? Every time.
First play of the game, Poco with the T is
That's
crazy. So
crazy.
I was just already knowing it was about to be a long day.
Then the pick, boom, right to us. You feel me?
Yeah, but you know what's crazy though? All the games that I play in are tough games.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Then I already knew like y'all finna go down there, and then like if I played in that game, like that would be the first game I got to play that I was just like kicking it.
Yeah.
All my games be the D line is good, the linebacker's good, or the DBs are good and the D line's good, the linebacker's trash. But now I got to make the D line miss, and then okay, easy cakewalk, and now the DBs are hitting. Like I don't get a game where it's cakewalk.
Everybody bring their best against Meatball. Come on. It is what it is.
Levels to it though, bro. But
so
I enjoy it. It makes me better though.
Yeah.
What's the? We'll wrap it up, but I just want to know, cause you're doing a lot. You know what I mean? You're a father. You're still playing. You're saying it's gonna be your last year. Teaching. You know what I'm saying? Everything you do with YouTube, all that we had discussed before. But what's the end goal? Like, what's the next thing for you? What are you focused on next?
Man, seeing what's gonna be the best decision for my kids as a whole. I got one in Houston and then I have one here.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I want my kids to be together, and then ultimately, I want them to have something that's concrete, right? I don't want them to be trying to figure it out. I'm not going to Donald Trump my kids and just give them all these millions of dollars, but I do want to have a platform. Like right now, my kids have Instagram. Social media influencers are making more money than people who are supposed to be making more money, you know what I'm saying? And their jobs are harder.
Yeah.
Some kids are waking up and just coming up with super duper funny catchphrases and have great content, and they just recording themselves being them, and in a 1-2 bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Like they created that.
Mm-hmm.
So right now I want to give my kids a platform in order to have something that they can call, something that they can say that it was theirs from the beginning. All of my kids' social medias is theirs.
Wow.
It's not daddy taking credit for nothing. They might tell me Happy Father's Day on there or something, happy birthday, but that social media is for them. So my next step is to just make sure, retiring football and continue to teach and education, that my kids have the necessities for what's next in life always, not just he's turning 2. No, I'm not about to say my son is turning 2, he's about to be a businessman, but when he turns 2, how much is in his savings account?
You know, how much is in his, you got a credit card, right?
Yeah.
Add him as an authorized user or unauthorized user.
All my kids, both of my kids are there already.
See?
I got a life insurance policy for both of my kids already. You know this. Everything that has to do with me providing for my kids, it's already done. Signed, sealed, and delivered.
Wow.
While you're young.
Yeah, nothing.
31 years old.
Nobody can tell me that my kids won't be okay when I leave this earth.
That's big. Now, I want to ask you before we leave, but I forgot, like, so how has your kids changed you? How has they made you a better man?
Because you got to see the generation that we are in today. You know what I'm saying? The generation we in today, the way kids are getting raised, like, you got mamas got kids out here that's not properly dressed, or they leave.
Crazy.
I just seen a woman yesterday who was running out of a casino because she left her kid in the car for a couple of hours to go and bet. You know what I'm saying? Like, that right there, that ain't what I'm about. When I see like my kid is like an extension of me. Like, dude, do you know that I created that right there? How you feel about your mom and everybody else, that is yours. Like, the pain you see when someone loses a child, no matter how the child was in society, bad, good, or whatever, the pain that a parent sees when they lose their child, it hurts. So me knowing that I can do for my child, I can protect my child and provide for my child, and I don't, that hurt worse than losing my child, that my child is here and they don't want a relationship with me, or I'm not doing everything I can for my child.
Yeah.
So everything that I can do for my child to put them in a better position, I'm going to do that. How my child receives that is a different story for a different day. But daddy, ultimate goal is to make sure whenever this child steps into the real world and they can understand right from wrong, yes from no, and up from down, everything daddy did was to set you up for success. I think parents today are raising the kids wrong because they are trying to protect the kids from society and what society can do to a kid. Like, you was asking me about my chains, and you was asking me about how I feel. Do I feel protected wearing all my chains? You know what I'm saying? And you don't feel unsafe doing this, that, and the third. Parents aren't preparing the kids for that. They're protecting them from that.
Okay, that's life.
So therefore, I heard a kid the other day on the podcast was telling his mom, like, I resent you more for
shielding me
from it than showing me how to protect myself from it. And she said she felt like a failure. So I just take heed to all that. So what I'm doing right now is I'm preparing my kids for this. I'm not protecting them from anything. Whenever my kids see what I did for him, he's gonna do that for his kids, and his kids, and his kids, and his kids. My dad ain't do that for me. That's what my legacy consists of. My legacy consists of
being a father that
the continuous cycle of my kids talking about Pawpaw, my kids talking about great grandpa, and my kids talking about what I started for. That's all tying into that legacy when I'm gone.
Yeah,
the legacy that we still talking about Kobe Bryant
still
because of what he did.
Like he's still here.
Opening up schools, doing this, everything that he did to give back, and then he's not here, and his legacy lives on. Like, whenever I'm gone, bro, I'm telling you, bro, whenever somebody says my name, bro, there will be no negative spoke about my name, bro, because I'm the perfect example of what God want me to be, bro, for my kids. Everything that matters. My football career, I do everything I need to do to be the best running back in the league. That's how you feel, right?
Yeah.
I'm the best running back in the league. I do everything I need to do to be the best running back in the league. My kids feel like I'm the father of the year. Everything I do is to be the father of the year. So when I leave, you're going to be like, Meatball, the best running back I ever played with. When my kids grow up, that was the best dad in the world.
Mm-hmm.
My students, that was the best English teacher. If I died today, my students will tell you right now, that was the best teacher I ever had. This is my first year coaching. I'm the coach of the year. Those kids will tell you, that was the best coach I ever had.
Why is that?
God, bro.
Yeah.
I got kicked out when I was 15, and I was house to house. And every time I went to a new situation, I just had to figure out how not to piss off whoever it was I was staying with, right? So when I wake up, they don't like this. If I did something one time, I never did it again. They do like this, I did that to the best of my ability. Now I don't live with these people no more. I go to a new family, and I'm learning those family too. Like, okay, came in after curfew, they ain't trip. I can come in after curfew now. Or I left some dishes overnight. They don't like that. So now if it's dishes overnight and they ain't mine, I'm still washing those too. Mm-hmm. They seeing all this. You feel me? It's not enough food. We taking portions. They see all of this. Like, I'm adapting. Yeah. Any situation I've been in, I've adapted to it and I've overcame it. Yeah. Went to college with one basket full of clothes and a 55-inch TV. The clothes could get me through a week, 8 days. I had 8 days worth of clothes in rotation. A 55-inch TV, and I walked on that cornerback, and then I just used everything I've learned from since I was 15 to 18, 19, 21 years old. Like, I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. That's why I don't think nobody in the world is molded like this right here. I'm the greatest. You could put me anywhere, bro. Any yellow, blue, black, white, brown, any race, any ethnicity, anybody in the world. You could put me with any crowd. You could put me with goth. You could put me with anybody, bro. Mm-hmm. They will have the best time in the world. Whether they want to sit there and say nothing, or whether they want to express themselves, or they want to just cry, or just need a hug, or they want to go smash something. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest, bro. Nobody has nothing on what God gave me, bro. I'm telling you, this shit cannot be duplicated, bro. I'm telling you. I don't know how to explain it. I can't Picasso it. I can't make y'all see how I see. Like, on game days, I could see me making people miss. I see that like it's an actual video in my head. Like, whenever God want me to do something, I could see me handing a homeless guy $20 and his reaction. I could see me having a barbecue and everybody over there like kicking it. I could see all this stuff. I could see me throwing a party for my son and he just lit up. Like, I could see all of this because I know how I feel because I've done it a whole bunch of times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
God gave me that. But yeah, bro, that's just that, bro. It's just, man, God loved me so much. Mm-hmm. And he done blessed me with so many talents, bro. And one talent is to be a chameleon, man.
Mm-hmm. Everywhere you go.
Everywhere I go, bro. It never fails. Every team I done been on, I won a championship on it, bro. Every team that I've been on, or every league I've been in, and there was a championship, and we went through the whole season, I've won a championship. From Little League to now. I got a IFL ring. Mm-hmm. The only NFL I ain't have a shot at a full season, but I'd have probably won a Super Bowl.
For real.
I got 4 rings in college,
with the Saints,
like high school.
Deal.
Yeah. Oh my. I was on that team. The pass interference year, I was on that team on the sideline.
Literally.
Like, yeah, I would have won. Come on, man. Wow. If I was playing, God would have let us. He threw that flag. But now y'all want to sit me, and I'm right in the city. Come on, crazy.
Come on.
But yeah, though, bro. I really dig the Unphazed podcast, bro.
That's what I
like how y'all have like the background knowledge without like teleprompting it. Like, it's real conversation. It's real receptive. It's getting the real. You know what I'm saying? I done did these interviews a million times, and I feel like this is just one of the interviews that set itself apart from the rest of my interviews. Like, all of my interviews are, oh, you play for the Redskins? Yep. Oh, you played for the Saints? Yep. Oh, you got hit by a car? Yeah, I did when I was 9.
You did tell me that before. That's
you know what
crazy.
I'm saying? Like, those are those are type of the conversations that they be happening in these podcasts. And then today I feel like so many sound bites that I can just take and then post for a month right now.
Yes.
No, 100%.
I probably could take this whole podcast and then post a 5-10 second video every day for 30 days, and it still be.
Hey,
that's what we're gonna do.
You know what I'm saying?
100%. We're gonna do that for sure.
And I think the platform itself, like, we've been talking to E-Man about this, but it was not only just to go out and kind of just talk, and like, this is not for money.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is far from money. I seen the value in this because this is going to touch everything that I'm already doing.
Mm-hmm.
When I think about legacy,
Right.
I think unfazed.
Right.
And unfazed is what I see in you.
Mm-hmm.
Unfazed is what I see in L. Unfazed is what I see in 3 of them.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I want to sit down and have a conversation because everything you just told me, I just learned so much just from this conversation.
Right.
All the people that watch this, they going to learn so much.
Yeah.
I mean, so I appreciate you, bro.
No, I appreciate y'all for lending me the platform, bro. Every time I go on somebody's platform and then they get it, it's like you seeing a video and they be like, oh, the cameraman got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he understood the assignment.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Unphazed understood the assignment today. Like, we talked about football, we talked about real life, we talked about my job, we talked about this was not an athletic interview.
You don't want it to be.
Even though we in this athletic setting,
yeah,
and that camera got me looking amazing. I know it. I know
immaculate.
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 Today was about people saw a different side of me today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody's asked me about my relationship with my kids and how I make an impact on them, and yeah, bro, that was beautiful, bro.
Yeah, and I look up to you, and I know LJ does too. I look up to you as a man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, football is cool, but like football, you can score you can score all the touchdowns.
Yeah.
But if you ain't shit for a person,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I want nothing to do with you.
Man, you see me, my son at practice with me all the time, and work with me at the school all the time. So I just want to be, everything that my kids will see. I want them to look at Pawpaw and be like, Pawpaw is the guy, but my daddy the guy, because I raised this kid to be better than me. So I want to be the guy.
Yeah.
But I want my grandkid to say, my daddy is that man. Like, my papa, he's a good guy too. But I want my grandson to be like, my daddy that dude.
Just keep going.
I raised that dude. You know what I'm saying? And then, just that generational continuation. But yeah, man, again, bro, I'm unfazed.
Come on now.
Nothing. You know what I'm saying? Nothing at all, bro. Nothing at all can block this right here, bro. I'm gonna continue to be unfazed. Shout out to you for the 5 TDs last week.
Oh, yeah. Appreciate
Shout out to you. And Michael Jackson to be proud.
Michael Jackson to be proud.
Yeah.
Talking about legacy.
Yeah. You did a great thing there.
I appreciate it, bro.
Let's go get a ring, man.
Yeah, man. I'm going to tell y'all what, though.
Shit.
Talk to
Can't stop this shit.
Come on, we ain't done yet.
Can't stop, won't stop.
We ain't done yet.
Hey.
Y'all thought?
Don't blink.
Don't blink.
I'm unfazed, yeah, I'm unfazed, yeah, I'm unfazed, yeah,